Okay. And... oh man, I love that intro video. Thank you to Taladar, who created it. And thank you to my awesome players, who are here once again for another session of the Wildlands. So, quick recap. You guys are in the midst of delving the abandoned prison, the old governor's prison, that was left sealed off and left alone after a serial killer was brought down there some time ago in the last empire. And there's this special deal. You guys are trying to get a pardon in order to expedite getting out of prison. So, to that end, the party has been exploring all different kinds of dangerous locations within the prison. And half the party just dealt with a nasty Alep that was haunting this area. And then follow that up by going into the vault and dealing with some nasty traps and getting some nice treasure. However, in trying to escape, the chains that have been prevalent throughout the dungeon started to burst up through the floor more and more often. So something bad is happening, and something must be done. You were thinking about resting in the armory, but decided against it when you found so many things bursting up through the floor. Little lengths of chain. Meanwhile, so that was what most of the party was up to. However, Frasher and Typha went on their own little side adventure. And that is what we are going to cover now. So, Frasher and Typha, you guys heard the goings-on generally with the party. But there's a curious kind of whisper and an area of the prison that no one had explored. And you guys were peeking around the corner and to check it out. While that was happening, let me just check something here. Hey, Grimslag. Hey, Taladar. Taladar, did you see the awesome intro? It was great. Thank you, Taladar. Okay. So that's the brief recap. Anything important that we want to mention before moving on? Okay, cool. All right. So, Typha and Frasher, you guys peek around the corner here, and this area, so we're rewinding time slightly from the end of the last episode. Typha and Frasher, you're peeking around the corner here, and you are finding this area is quite damp. It's very wet. There's actually I do not know why this was messed up, but there's actually a tub over here, like a clawed foot metal and porcelain tub that's sitting on the ground. Not fancy, but simple, but solid looking. Probably difficult to drag away.
Not that Thrasher has any idea, but is it out of place in this dungeon?
Yeah. This room has a large drain in the middle, and the damp that runs down the walls tends to collect in little cracks and run toward the lowest point, which is where the drain is located. There are also I couldn't show you this on the map because it's coming out of the ceiling, but there are some broken pipes that drip, as you can hear, that kind of constantly drip down into this room. So it's almost like there's a fine rain falling. And Thrasher, would you please roll a D100 for me? Nice. The dripping water sound and the smell of the damp is triggering a kind of olfactory and auditory memory for you. It reminds you of a place back in the swamp. Back home.
Like a good place or a not so good place? Like what's the emotional connection?
A not so good place that was also sacred to an entity that has now become part of you.
Yeah, got it.
That you made a bargain with. It's intriguing.
Yeah, so Thrasher will kind of sniff the air a bit and kind of not really hunch down, but like kind of be on the balls of his feet a little bit. And he'll motion to Typha. Move slow. Special place.
Special's goods or special's bads?
And she kind of crouches down next to him and is waiting for him to make a move.
He's gonna make his way over towards this bathtub in the corner here.
Okay.
So I'm guessing he can see a little bit more as he gets over there, but he wants to check out, is the water fresh, or is it like what's going on with this tub? It seems out of place even to his lizard brain.
It's somewhere in between a large sink and a tub. There's a faucet. The broken pipes may have once connected to it.
Does it have water in it like it does in the picture?
Yes. Mostly from dripping out of the broken pipes.
He's going to kind of sniff at the water and see if it seems fresh or not. He's always looking for, fresh water and whatnot. Can't have too much water.
Okay. As you move your character there and sniff at the water, it smells metallic, foul, not like the swamps.
Bad water.
There's still something pulling you, but it's not this necessarily.
Is the water clear?
From where you're standing, you can't see over the edge, shorty.
I'd say she's been following Thrasher pretty closely.
She has to make an athletics check to jump up to see into the tub.
Yeah, she kind of does the little, kindergartner hop in place.
You can kind of look over the edge, like by reaching up on your toes. The water is clear, but it has stuff in it, and every now and then it's bloop drips into it, disturbing some kind of silt or sediment. Not silt, but something within it. Thrasher, as you move there and sniff at the water, you're aware of a curious kind of sound barrier. Similar to, or actually extremely similar to, the one that occurred when the pigeon person cast a silence spell. The curly feathered cleric.
Like we've just passed through it, or?
Mm-hmm. You can't really hear the rest of the party anymore.
Do we hear anything new now that we're on what is theoretically like this side of something, or?
Yeah, you hear the dripping sound.
Oh, we couldn't hear it before? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of described that out of order, but yes.
That's fine.
You walked in, you were seeing the water dripping down. You couldn't hear it. Then you crossed this sort of barrier in this hallway, and now you hear this dripping sound, and it's triggering this auditory memory, and smelling the damp, already triggering this olfactory memory.
Thrasher's probably just going to chalk that up to more sort of specialness about this place and not necessarily understand the magical significance there. So he's just going to kind of make his way. He's going to try to kind of circle over to like kind of where this other hallway branches off, but he's going to give this grate like a wide berth.
All right, either move yourself or ping where you're talking about. Can you see? Yeah, you can both see in the dark.
Yeah, I have 120
I have
dark
60.
vision. So we'll try to get to about there, trying to kind of scope out what's going on.
Okay. You look around the corner. You see that the corridor continues down and reaches a T-junction in the stone.
Okay. Anything I see in front of me? Because that one's still kind of partially blocked.
Oh, yes. Let me reveal that. Yeah, over this way, there's some curious plant matter. Long decayed, lying scattered here and there.
Thrasher's going to motion to Typha and say, "Watch this way," and point down the T-junction hallway.
Okay.
And then he's going to go a little bit farther forward, see if he can see back into that last corner there. Ah, those look like latrines.
They are latrines. And there are old, decayed flowers, maybe, is what they once were. Or some other kind of long since dried up, or actually it was damp, rotted away, sweet-smelling seeds and things scattered about. floor.
Okay. I guess we'll head down this T-junction hallway. Thrasher's still moving cautiously. Is he getting any more of that deja vu sense, particularly strongly, or was it that first room only?
Make a charisma roll. Actually, charisma's more active, really.
I'll roll whatever.
Make a D100 roll and add your warlock level.
Hooray!
Whoa.
More than 100.
That might be real bad.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know how when you are actually, you know how when there's a fire or something, you can feel the heat.
Yeah.
Even if you close your eyes, no matter where you turn your head, you can
Especially
feel.
as a
You know what
cold-blooded
direction.
lizard man. Yes, absolutely.
So you feel this sensation on your face, not heat, but it's really something that anyone would struggle to describe. But it is this indefinable
Thrasher especially
sense,
would struggle to describe most sensations.
this indefinable sense of the demon and its presence or taint somewhere nearby. And with that roll, it feels like it's coming from Thrasher's left.
So north or up on the map right now.
Yeah.
Okay. He will pause and look that way for a few seconds, and then kind of motion to Typha that we should go the other way.
Right or left? You mean right?
I mean right, yes.
Okay.
Then again, his whole purpose for coming down all this way was he didn't want to leave any unexplored areas until he hit doors. Now we've hit some doors. So
These doors are different from the doors you've seen elsewhere. Please roll perception rolls, the two of you.
Sorry, 1 sec.
they appear to be doors.
Thrasher, you are half, distracted by this memory of this place in the swamp. However, Typha is on the alert. Typha, you're noticing shiny things. The fixtures on these doors were once very shiny. They are not just reinforced, but actually well made.
Ugh. Well, she is so tempted to lovingly stroke them, but
Go for it.
she does so. She goes,
Oh, shiny.
Okay.
And accidentally opens the door, I assume.
Does she? I don't have any lockpicking skill.
Yes, the door is not locked.
She pushes open the door, hoping maybe she'll find at least a shiny, shiny key for this shiny, shiny lock, and she can take that with her.
You're talking about the southern door, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Thrasher is actually still looking the other way.
You find a prison cell, but a far better furnished prison cell than any of the others. There's a rug to keep the chill from the stone. There's a relatively moldy armchair, but relatively comfortable armchair. There's a little table, and there's even some kind of bed other than a pile of hay, some cot. Make intelligence checks.
Fuck.
Oh, that's not half bad. 10 and 11.
Most of the doors have been locked. And emptied out, and there's no body in here. That is strange.
Means it's available.
It's free real estate.
Exactly.
This is so much nicer than our sheds.
Actually, she's even going to kind of come in and admire it. Maybe, stroke a loving hand over the cot.
And so our characters we just nap for the whatever time is left until the party catches up. We nap in the nice room.
You're feeling this sensation like it's a burning hot coal.
Oh yeah.
Something lancing directly toward you, tugging at you. Every fiber of your being, Thrasher. It's disturbing. Even though Thrasher is Thrasher, he...
now that Typha is in what seems to be a relatively safe and comfortable room, Thrasher is going to go and investigate a little bit as best he can. So he'll kind of... does the other door look kind of the same?
It does.
Yeah, so he'll sort of cautiously push it open and look inside. Sweet.
Typha is just continuing to explore this room, kind of fantasizing, oh, if this place were mine. Do you see anything on this side of the room?
Which room?
I'm still in the south.
She's
I
in the
was
south
looking
room.
at the cot. I'm now over here by the rug.
There really isn't that much else. It's just rather oddly better furnished and larger than every other part of the dungeon. You're just looking around, standing on the rug?
Yes, at this time.
Okay, make a perception roll, and Thrasher, as you can see, this room is quite similar, except that there is a book sitting on the table there.
Well, Thrasher's not one for book learning, but he will go into the room and try to get a sense of where that feeling is coming from. I assume the door is open now?
Yes, I just can't grab the door while you're standing on it.
Got it.
That is a 24, Max.
Typha, the rug is lumpy. Suspiciously lumpy.
I'd say she picks it up to admire its mighty weave, but also she's looking under it. I really hope it's not a rug mimic. Don't say that.
a D100. And,
Sorry, which one of us is rolling? Me?
Typha.
Oh.
Okay. Under the rug, there is an envelope. And a... What did you roll on the D100?
57.
Okay. Yeah, there's kind of a fat envelope. And it's heavy. And within, you find... Well, I'm assuming you open the envelope, but I don't know that.
She has never received mail before and is so excited to finally have done so. So yes.
Okay.
How did they know how to get it to you when you were down in this dungeon?
Magic.
The post office is magic.
Within
Neither rain nor sleet nor serial killers in dungeons.
Within she finds within she finds 12 coins. I said it was a fat envelope. And a folded up letter.
She doesn't do very well at book reading, but she'd like to read the letter. Can she make any of those?
What languages does she speak?
She does speak and read Common. And also Draconic and one other one.
So I will give you guys at some point, well, between sessions, I did this for the other players, is you can, old Common, Veye Common, is a language option in this game. Fantasy French. So you haven't had the opportunity to do that, but I'll let you make an intelligence check on the letter.
Okay.
Cool. You can make out that it is written from one noble to another, and because of the fancy signatures, and that it mentions the Merc. And demons. That's all you get for the moment. Frasher, meanwhile, you're checking out this book.
Well, the book is the most interesting thing in the room to me, the player, but Frasher is not a book guy.
Okay.
He's just trying to get a sense of where in this room was that sensation coming from.
It's hard to be that precise.
Yeah, then he'll he'll wander over to the book, as it is like I said, it's the most interesting thing in the room, but...
Okay. Their book is open to an illustration that he recognizes. A grinning animalistic face in the trees. In a kind of a swampy scene. A symbol of the Merc.
Are there also words in a language?
Words. So this is also in Veye Common.
Okay, yeah, he definitely doesn't know that.
But does he speak Common?
Yeah.
All right, make an intelligence check.
Whoa.
Pretty good. A very high roll for the highly intelligent Fresher.
Yeah. He's suddenly a book person, I guess.
Thank you for the follow, Rathwort. I think Rathwort did a drive-by follow and left, but thank you, Rathwort. I'm glad you're enjoying.
It's like this is his kind of picture book.
Yeah. I didn't mean to click on that. The
book jumps off the table.
The book title is Queen Without Direction.
Interesting.
And the illustration seems to be on a kind of a couple of papers that have been stuffed into the book.
Oh. So the book is in VA Common, and then the paper is also in that same language? Or...
Yes.
Okay. But it's like handwritten notes or something?
Exactly.
Interesting.
Handwritten notes kind of tucked into the book, but it's open to that page. Open to the place in the book where it's been kind of slipped into. Okay, are you picking up and examining the book?
So, first, even though it's not normally his deal, I would like to make an Arcana check, and sort of have him reach his hand out and try to kind of get a feel of, like, is this book, like, the source of that sensation?
Yeah, it's definitely coming from over here.
Yeah,
Book,
he will...
papers, maybe some kind of writing, or maybe even the picture.
So he'll see what happens if he picks up the book. Here we go.
Let me know if you can't hear me in a second.
My servant. Yes, my servant.
Does it seem to be waiting for a response?
Thrasher. Long has it been? Thou art far from thy tribe.
Does Thrasher think he can respond to this? This is the first time I, the player, have actually interacted with the Merc. So, like, can Thrasher respond in this kind of situation normally?
You are hearing a voice inside your head, and
I got "you are hearing" and then you cut out.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, it started cutting out when I turned the voice changer off.
Yeah, it was weird. It had queued it up, I guess.
You're hearing a voice inside your head, and instantly, every atom of your being is tingling. It's sensation like when you ate that poisonous frog one time. It's like what happened when you first conducted the ritual that entered you into a bargain with this being, and you instantly know. You instantly feel this sense of fear and awe. And really, I'm telling you what you feel because it's a supernaturally inflicted feeling. You cannot help it. And this fear and awe is in particular of the mysterious creeping nature of this voice and this presence inside your head.
Thrasher will kind of wedge himself back into the corner of the room, kind of intuitively in response to that fear. And he probably drops the book. If he drops the book, does he continue hearing it, or does it stop?
He continues hearing it.
This place, it is strong, long, has it been holy. One who worshipped me died here. And now thou art here, Thrasher. Thrasher, thou must complete the great work started by the ones who were here before. Thou must rejoin thy tribe. Thou must grow in power. Yes.
The voice fades.
Okay.
A sound
Right.
like a creature traveling away from you through the thick dark of a swamp.
Sort of feel that, essentially. Thrasher will try to wrap the book in something. I don't know. He's probably got some kind of cloth or a bedroll or something he can wrap it in. Do we still have like our like heavy gear with us, or were we able to leave that stuff like up in the prison?
Well, they gave you everything.
Okay, so we have like all of our stuff with us. So yeah, he'll wrap it in like a bedroll and cram it in his pack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say, just as you're finishing that, Taifa rushes in and goes,
Thrasher, I got a letter.
and hands it to you.
Taifa, you immediately will notice that Thrasher's pupils are dilated, and he's wobbling back and forth, extraordinarily similar to someone with vertigo.
Did you eat another poison frog again?
Glares at him.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Yes. Frog. Yes.
Oh, stop doing that.
Yes.
And she kind of looks around the room to see if there's anything interesting in here.
Taifa, make a perception roll.
Okay.
You see no frogs.
Oh, the lies upon lies. Hang on, sorry, 1 second. Roll 20 is not cooperating with me. 19. Good perception rolls.
You smell mud and tree bark and feel damp on your scaly skin. And you almost feel as though there's outside air in this room, like there was a door that opened and was suddenly closed.
She sniffs and looks around, because she is certainly eager for a way out of this place that doesn't involve finding a serial killer from some supernatural hell.
Okay. It otherwise looks very similar to the other prison cell room. When you check under the rug, there is nothing there.
She kind of hisses and says,
I don't like this place. Maybe we should go back with the others?
Okay. Yes. Back. Others, yes.
and she will head back the way they came, carefully skirting that drain, but following after Thrasher.
Well, Thrasher's not too steady right now, so maybe he follows you.
Okay.
Funny you should mention the drain, because as you pass by it, you hear the distinct rattling sound from deep inside it, spurring your steps quicker. But it does not seem to be coming up the drain at the moment, like there's something traveling deeper down. Long chains. Have you ever heard chains dragged over concrete? That's what it sounds like.
And it sounds like it's being drug over dry concrete, right? So it doesn't sound like there's water down there.
I can't say that I could hear the difference, but if that difference could be heard, it's wet.
Okay. Yes, that does spur her steps, and she tries to skirt her way across the wall and head back towards the main hallway.
Okay, and that will catch us up to last session. Because you guys, as you pass by that weird sound barrier among some of the weird magical pockets in the abandoned prison, the entire party is over here and basically freaking out. There's a kind of sense, you can tell that they've just been through a battle, and several of members of the party are damaged. Some of them are bleeding, I think, and they are discussing what to do, including trying to go find you guys, when you suddenly show up.
Hello?
Oh, you're back.
What happened?
Oh, we met an axe.
Do you mean you were attacked with an axe?
Oh, no. We met an axe and we talked to it, and it was actually quite friendly.
Yes. I think it was one of the great Bardbards.
Yep, that's correct. Slightly more important, we're being attacked by chains that are growing out of the floor like hair.
Do you need healing?
Yes, please. I'm kind of hurt after getting dragged through a sewer grate.
Okay, she's gonna cast Healing Spirit here, and her friendly glowing crocodile friend will spawn there.
Okay.
I think Ziklu knows the drill and starts getting close to the crocodile.
The glowing magical crocodile of heels.
It thumps its tail happily.
Nice. So it can heal him 1d6 per round for 10 rounds. Wait. Yeah, for 10 rounds. That's amazing.
You heal
What
3
book is this from?
Xanathar's.
Xanathar's guide.
It's a level 2 spell. Out
True.
of combat, it's really strong. In
Out of
combat, it's a
combat.
little less
Yeah, out of combat, it's quite strong. So, nice.
Everyone else, step right up to the glowing crocodile.
No, I don't mind if I do. And I heal my last remaining.
It's like a fountain of healing
Well,
in
it
the
can
form of
only
a crocodile.
heal one person with each turn. Right?
That sounds right. So wait
Until the
6
spell
seconds.
ends,
and then-
whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit space for the first time
Yeah.
on a turn.
I think
starts
we
its
could jump
turn
through
there.
it like a sprinkler.
Yes, but only one at a time. Only one at a time.
Yeah, but at the speed of rounds, though.
Yeah. So you have 10d6 of healing that you all can jump on. So share that out.
So the way I'm reading it is if we were in combat and it was sitting there, each of us on our turn could run through it.
Yes. For the first time on a turn or starts a turn there. Yes.
So each of us could get the full 10d6 if we were in actual combat.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm fine if you want to like house rule that like out of combat it's not that insane, but just like for when it is in combat, it doesn't seem to actually have the limiter that you're implying.
So what you're saying is, in combat, you could
You just have to kind of run through it.
Right. So she could cast it, and then every member of the party could run through
Yep.
on their turn.
Like a
Yes.
sprinkler.
Yeah,
And
it
then
doesn't say
she
anything
just-
about being limited to only healing one person per round.
Okay. Well, it does now.
Just like imagine a
That's
conga
perfectly
line.
reasonable.
But congratulations on thinking that up.
So, do we want to go up and deal with the chain nasty, or are we, do we have anything else we needed to do? I don't quite remember. I know it's only been a few minutes, but it feels like a week.
Time's weird down here. I agree. I can't think of any other place to go except through that door. I mean, we don't know for sure that's what's behind it, but that seems like the next logical place to go.
So where were you getting attacked by chains, and are we not getting attacked by chains where we are right now?
It's more like they're just coming out of the ground and being generally creepy.
Do you remember that sewer grate and how it kind of had stuff coming out of it and dragging stuff
Yes,
into
chain
it?
snakes. Yes, we heard them over there.
So they kind of over in this other door. Oh, I just remembered there is another door we haven't gone through. Right there. Over there, there was another grate, and I hate to say it, but it didn't go great.
Ha. Should we investigate? Why don't we go investigate that last door, and then we can head upstairs, or head north afterwards.
All right, that sounds good.
Bref, do you mind leading the way in case anything nasty comes out?
Not at all.
Draco's gonna back you up.
Does anyone want to like look at this door and see if there's any like obvious explosions on it?
Good point.
This whole tunnel, by the way, has weird evidence of that supernatural explosion when the Alep died.
Okay.
A smoky being made of ribbons of shadow that muttered about secrets.
So, Draco is going to investigate the door for traps.
Okay, make an investigation roll, please. Wait. Yes.
22.
It is not trapped, and you hear no sounds coming through the door. And it's actually, with that high of an investigation check, you notice that the door handle is not rusty. There's no dust on any of the door fixtures. The door is not damaged or warped by damp. In fact, it could have been put in yesterday.
This door is either brand new or has been used very frequently and hasn't had time to develop any mildew or dust. We might want to be careful if we open, or before we open it, as it looks like this is either a frequently used doorway or one that was just recently put in. Also, I would like to check for any magical shenanigans. Can I Arcana check it?
You can.
20, not dirty 20.
There is magic at play here. There is some kind of spell. In fact, with a 20 Arcana, you can tell it's some kind of enchantment on the room past the door that is also affecting the door.
That's probably a spell of shininess. Because the door's shiny.
Actually, I think you're on something, Bref. It's possible that it's a spell that's some kind of preserving spell. Might be what's going on here. Does anyone have... I guess I would describe the effect to everyone and ask if anyone has any idea what this is. Or do I have any idea what this is?
Could I make an Arcana check as well?
Sure. You don't have much to go on. You're just looking at the effects of this magic. Yeah. With 17, you can confirm Draco's findings, Bella. Not really much more than that. There's some kind of enchantment that has caused this door to not see any effects of age and neglect that are prevalent throughout the rest of the dungeon.
I suppose we might as well open it up and see what happens. I don't think it's a dangerous enchantment.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I opened the door.
You discover a pantry fully stocked with food.
Can we see this? Because I don't know if Akira has moved up with the light.
She moves up with the light.
Cool. Oh my. I suppose that makes sense. It's to preserve the food in here. The enchantment would keep the room fresh. Okay, I want to inspect the food to see if I can tell if it's poisoned or otherwise unsafe to eat.
Okay.
Do you have detect poison or disease?
I don't think so. Let me check. I'm a wizard. Who knows? I have lots of things. No, most of my spells involve hurting people.
Can I assist you there then? Took the spell.
Sure.
I never knew when I would have a need for it.
Go for it.
Okay. So she sees all this delicious fresh food and goes, "Oh, food!" and casts detect poison and disease on the food because she's not as dumb as Frasher.
Guys, I must commend you on just using a bunch of things that most people would consider suboptimal, and actually like making it really cool and whatnot. Yes, you detect the presence of poisonous stuff. The
Lindsay, you should
There
probably move your character into the room.
is yes, probably. There most of this stuff isn't pinging on your magical radar. But along the these sorts of areas near the wall and here, there are places where bits of the table, the pots and cups, and parts of the food, like the end of this roast chicken here, which are all otherwise perfectly preserved, have been neatly bisected or sliced as though by razor-sharp claws. There are claw marks. And everything at or near that area has some kind of taint of undeath upon it.
Something bats was eating this. Don't eat it.
And she smacks a turkey leg out of Frasher's hand, except he's in the hallway. So I'll say Ziegler's hand.
I'm just imagining
Ziegler
that
probably
her...
would be stuffing his pack, if not his mouth.
What would cause this sort of... Well, Max, what would cause this sort of thing? I asked, using my intelligence.
Religion check. With advantage.
That's just, we're getting your internal monologue. It's fine.
21.
Draco strokes his chin. Draco, most certainly the Alep caused this, as it also scratched the tables in the mess hall room just beyond, where the guards probably used to eat. And it doesn't seem to have cared whether it clawed up the gruel, probably for the common prisoners, or the fancier foods, like the roast chicken, probably meant for either the guards or some more highfalutin prisoners. However, that definitely, as it did, that psychic damage, this is probably tainted with some kind of madness-inducing magical disease or poisonous supernatural thing going on. Hi, Akiri.
Hey.
Well, first of all, I would share that information with the group. Then I would go, while we should certainly not eat any of this food, I don't deny that the possible utility of having madness-inducing food on hand. You never know when you need to feed someone and watch them go on a rampage. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of this with us, just in case. And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of food, not enough to be like encumbering, but just a little bit of food so that, who knows, whenever I need to poison someone with madness.
Don't put it in the same pack as your actual food, though.
That would be an awkward mistake.
Cross-contamination, y'all.
We have actual food?
You take half an apple.
Sick.
Probably will make someone.
Yeah. Ziklu,
This is an
meanwhile, is
interesting
taking
first
some
impression,
of
right?
the some of the food that Typha did or cleared as being okay.
Okay, so you're gobbling up some of the.
No, I'm putting it in my pack to store for later.
Okay, sure.
He's not gonna eat it now.
What?
Yeah, Ziklu's not going to be stuffing his face when we're about to fight a.
I'm assuming he's not going for the gruel, so you take a. You take a. You take some fried potatoes and a turkey leg and the other not the other half of the apple, that would be poisoned. The grapes.
Excellent. Whoops, didn't mean to click that.
You speak deeply to the grapes.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that out of the way, Ziklu is going to pipe up and say, "Okay, now that we have the food, shall we go kill the devil fiend?"
I think that would be most expedient. Max, can I use my big brain wizard powers to see if I know of any of the weaknesses and resistances of Chain Devil?
I think you guys made like 10 rolls for that last session. In different ways.
Yeah. I mean, I think
So you didn't?
Not to know specifically what it is resistant to / weak to.
I definitely gave out some information around that. So
all right, never mind.
Either check with other people who took notes. I'll let you make I'll let you make a knowledge. I'll let you make an intelligence check. Knowledge history, I guess.
What about the strengths and weaknesses of just chains in general? Like, is there a metallurgy roll we can make?
Oh, right. There's a huge explosion area here where a fireball blasted open some doors. And there is more rattling sounds coming from this drain.
All right, I got a 17.
Okay.
Also, don't forget we have that fancy special armor that I knocked opened and Akiri grabbed. Really cool.
Oh yeah, we didn't really look into that very much.
With your history check, you recall your own history quite clearly when you got this information from the obsidian hearts that you spoke to.
Using my powers of memory, my brain recalls the fat nothing.
Seems like a pretty solid hint. Got a 17.
I won't interrupt this, but I have.
It's fine. I have like a bazillion different damage types. I'll hit it with different things and see.
I mean, fire and poison is what I remember. But anyway,
I have a feeling radiant might hurt it a little bit as well.
I would suspect that fire. I think. Wait, no. Fire and poison has got to be what it does. There's no way that a devil is susceptible to fire.
I thought his hints were that it was resistant to fire and poison.
Yeah, it's
that
resistant.
Seems right.
His chains weren't though. At least
Well,
unless.
yeah, because you can melt anything if you get it hot enough.
Yeah, I mean, resistance doesn't mean immunity. So I imagine the chains were annoying but relatively weak. So even if they did have the same resistance, a fireball is going to take out. It's a crowd control spell. So
Okay. Well, I have other damage types I can use then other than fire and poison. I'll try some other stuff.
You could try flash freezing them. And then maybe throwing fire on top to see if the temperature difference does anything interesting.
I'm trying not to metagame, but I remember from my last character who had an imp familiar that I think they're resistant to cold too, but I could be. Anyway, let's just go kill this thing.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Since it seems like he's inviting us, let's just... Why should we make him wait?
We don't want to be rude.
I know!
So who can wear breastplates? And do we have any way of finding out if the mithril changes the armor class from medium to light? Like it used to do?
Is mithril light or medium armor?
A breastplate is medium armor. I looked up specifically last time, which means that it's useless to certain of us spellcasters, but the mithril it didn't exactly change it from light to medium before, but it changed a lot of the effects of it, which is, functionally the same. So I'm curious what the rule is for this mithril breastplate.
According to the compendium, it counts as medium or heavy.
Butts.
It's not a mithril breastplate. It's the mithril breastplate of Ibu Gruger.
Well, yes, but we don't know what its attributes are right now, nor can we identify it, I don't think.
I mean, I could take a look. It's not really Draco's speciality, but I mean, would Mavra or Bref is a barbarian, so maybe not. But would Mavra be able to?
If it's normal armory armor, then Mavra would be the one to get it. But it may have something special that makes it more, say, bard friendly.
Well, see, the thing is that Ibu Gruger specifically was a famous wizard, if I'm remembering my history correctly, which I am because I just spent weeks at his library and had one of his books and talked about him a lot. So the fact that it was his breastplate makes me feel as if it would be, unlike a usual breastplate, somehow optimized for spellcasting. And so
that makes sense.
With that in mind, one of the spellcasters, I think, would be likely to benefit from it, but I don't want to go into a big battle unnecessarily hampered. But since I have my bow, I'm willing to experiment with that if we can't figure anything out by putting our heads together. I can always remove it and just continue to shoot my bow.
Why don't I take a look at it and see if this thing is normally heavy armor, medium or heavy armor, but has properties that allow it to be used effectively by wizards, there's probably some magical shenanigans going down with it. So I would like to examine the armor and see if I can figure out what its special properties are.
Okay, make an Arcana check. Or... yeah.
26.
Wow.
What the heck?
18 intelligence, man.
I don't know who's carrying it, but when you start examining this thing and start looking at the magical energies and running your fingers over the etchings and knowing that Ibu Gruger was a famous archmage, the famous library, You begin to suspect that this is quite a powerful magical item. This enchanted breastplate was probably not locked down here by accident. Why specifically? Well, you wouldn't know without knowing more history. But in terms of the magical energies that you can see flowing through it, they are quite strong indeed. In fact, this mithril breastplate can be worn by spellcasters without hampering their spells. And it gives them spellcasters who study their magic or get a certain benefit. And those who do not study their magic get a certain other benefit. And these are quite strong.
All right, I would share this with the. I think that's basically what Max meant. Is that it doesn't. If you don't have the proficiency, you can still wear it. I assume that's what you meant. Anyway, I would also agree that Bella should get it because she knows more about this wizard and has studied about him. And I would pass on all that information, including that she might know a little bit more about this thing than I do, just from her studying of Ibagruger. So I'd hand it off to her and say, I'm pretty sure you can wear this and not have any trouble. So, and I think it'll give you a bit of a bonus to something. I'm not quite sure. I just can tell it's very powerful.
Before you even finish your sentence, Bella is already like trying to figure out how armor straps work. Because she has never worn armor in her life. And I would like to make a history check to know if I know anything additional about like a story about Ibagruger's armor.
Make a history check.
Akira's gonna.
No.
Well, butts.
I was going to speak for Danielle and say that Maver will help you with the straps.
Yeah, I was gonna say Akira's gonna be like, all right, let's get this on. Just stop. I feel like between the three of us.
Okay.
So, do I have... So I'm going to put on this armor.
It immediately conforms to your body shape, taking on your form and figure. The metal simply bending and shifting with a kind of a hiss, almost like iron being quenched in water that steams up. And you feel this heady rush of power and protection. You do not necessarily immediately understand how to use all of this item's abilities right away. But it will give you the armor bonus of a breastplate without any of the drawbacks, which I think is 15 plus dex.
14, it says.
14 plus dex.
To a maximum of 2, is it? If it's medium armor?
Well, it does count essentially as light armor.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes. It counts as light armor. That's what I thought about bards. But of course, wizard could get light armor proficiency and wear it as well. Okay. And in addition, it will allow you to get a free... you'll get advantage on all checks to maintain concentration. All concentration saving throws.
Advantage on all concentration throws.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
As the heady rush of power kind of flows through your mind, your veins, you can sense that. Now, it has other abilities, but you don't really know how to activate them yet. You just are aware that they exist. What's your highest level spell slot that's
3
available that you haven't expended?
3.
You get another one.
What?
Oh boy.
Permanently? Or just today?
You sense a new opening arising in your mind, a new connection, a source of power. You can draw on this power. And in game terms, this translates to an additional 3rd level spell slot recharging or charging up.
Wow.
Like while she's wearing it?
I should have said that this happened once you attuned to the item, but I'm assuming you guys take an hour break.
Yes, please.
Oh, did
I
we?
like my sheep shifting back.
Sweet.
Of course, if you take an hour's rest, you will be able to spend hit dice to heal as well, and or possibly do other things like warlocks can do.
Yeah, I got all my shits back.
How are you guys looking on health, by the way? Specifically, you lizards and wizard. The wizard and the lizard.
The druid just healed everybody a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm full up. I was full up since our last short rest.
I'm also full up.
And Maver was down, I forget if it was 14 or 16. So if there were any extra hit points from the magical crocodile.
Yeah, there were a bunch
There was
left over.
38 in total. I think Corey took,
Okay.
what, like 20? Corey?
Yeah, there was 19 left.
Okay, well,
so I
technically
think
you'd have
Maver
to
will
do
be
it in
fine as well.
order by the rolls. You
Yeah,
can't just
that's
split the
what
points
I
however you
did.
want.
That's what I did.
I know you did. I'm just saying, you can't just split the points however you want, Lindsay.
No, that's fair. But I didn't want to interrupt the stream.
No, I get it. I get it for expediency. I'm glad you pre-rolled it for expediency, because otherwise it would take forever. But that's how it... Let's make sure it works out in the end.
That sounds reasonable.
But yes, I didn't mean to interrupt. Who else is healing?
Yeah, I think Maver, but if there were, it sounds like there were plenty of leftover healing points from the crocodile, so she probably would have snagged those if others didn't need it.
Okay. Please mark that down if you would be so kind. Everybody, Bella looks high
What?
once she attunes to the armor, like she's on some kind of crazy drug.
Are you all right there, dear?
I've never
You
felt.
didn't eat any of the poison food, did you?
No.
You better not have.
I just feel fantastic.
What does that armor do?
Makes you feel fantastic.
Well, obviously, but like, is this Cordy's shrooms fantastic, or is this like you're happy? I can't quite tell.
It's like it's like if Cordy's shrooms made you smarter and better looking.
And expanded your consciousness.
Yes.
They already did that.
I already understand everything in the universe.
She's having this like
Draco's
galaxy brain moment.
one of Draco's eyebrows goes up as high as it can possibly go at that statement, because as if to like communicate that he very much doubts that what you just said.
It's kind of like it's like the library of my brain got a new cataloging system.
Bella, I have no idea what that means.
Well,
Go ahead.
well, it feels amazing.
Okay. Just as long as you're not like in pain or, you know, it's as long as it's not a problem, I think you're probably okay.
I've never been in less pain in my life.
Okay.
really
The Carrie's
competent right
gonna
now.
leave.
All
Are you
right, why
ready
don't we?
for a fight?
Yeah, let's go take care of the devil now. Oh, wise, all-knowing one.
Whatever, man. Like, just kind of like go wherever your feet take you. I guess. Probably should go kill that demon now that I've got this on.
Sounds a splendid idea. Breath. Oh wait, would you mind leading the way?
It would be my pleasure.
As
Good man.
Bella gets up and is walking around, does Ziklu notice that there's anything off about her gait? Like is she stumbling or staggering at all?
No.
Any
She's
indication
probably
that her
skipping,
movement's inhibited?
honestly.
No, she
Walking
just
on a cloud.
walking
I'm
on
doing the
clouds.
electric slide.
Okay.
Moonwalking.
Then he's probably going to stop worrying.
Okay.
And Kira's gonna keep an eye on her just in case.
Bella feels really good, like really good, you guys.
It's probably just in contrast to the worst 48 hours of my life, honestly.
That's fair.
Before we go in, what's the plan?
Don't I?
Oh, okay.
Hurt it more than it hurts us.
Can we be more specific?
Let's call that Plan B. Plan A.
Being more specific, or
No, just not dying and hurting it more. Plan
Okay.
A, what we're going to do is, all right, so what we know about this thing is it has creepy little chain fingers that can reach up out of the ground, and it's probably immune or resistant to fire and poison and possibly other things too that we do not know. We know that it's super creepy and super murdery and
Sounds
has
right.
killed many, many, many people.
sounds right.
If I
Now-
might. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The other, well, just before hear from mystery poisoner over here. The one thing that I wanted to bring up is that we are heading into its deeper lair. And while this whole thing is its lair, A, it's been aware of our presence for a while now, I would suspect, and B, the fact that it is camped out in there makes me think that perhaps it may have something waiting for us. In which case,
Aside from itself.
we might want to lure it out here if possible. But I suspect it's rather intelligent and canny and does this kind of thing a lot. So just be prepared and don't take anything at face value, you guys.
I can try to make us sneaky, but the light will make that impossible.
I'm not sure.
I don't think we're going to get a jump on this guy. We're in its home turf.
Yes. And I mean, I don't know everything that these chainy fingers do, but I would not be surprised if the very least that they do is give it the ability to sort of sense when we're coming, you know, kind of like little feelers.
That makes sense.
Also, I would say also to remember that I believe there are, what did I write down? 3 others. Yes, I believe there are 3 other creatures still with the nightmare upstairs. I mean, up ahead. So we might want to concentrate on taking them down first before we deal with him.
Maybe we could lure them out first.
Now, we do know we should probably explain to Thrasher and Typha, if we haven't already, which I don't think we have. We do know, I think, a little bit about how this chain devil may fight, because we have encountered part of it when we were in the other room getting this amazing breastplate. It shot some chains up out of the sewers, which it used to hold the doors shut, and the chains were covered in like sharp blades. They were very dexterous and very strong and very painful to the touch. So I don't really know what else that's going to look like, but it tried to trap us in the room. And we basically escaped it by pulling a heavy stone over the hole that it was trying to come through. Yeah.
And now we're gonna go in there with no plans?
We're gonna go in with a plan. We just haven't thought of it yet.
I do think I should investigate the door to make sure there's no traps. I'll go ahead and do that first before we do anything.
Okay.
But before you do that, as you go to investigate the door, I just want to mention something that Matt and Lindsay, who weren't here last week, wouldn't have heard, and I just want to remind everybody. When you enter this room, you will very swiftly notice that the gigantic chains that held these double doors to the north closed and were wrapped around them many times. After the events that happened in the southern part of the abandoned prison, have now slithered over to the west, and now block the way in which you entered. So as you're walking through the haunted prison where Chaikar the Nightmare Hachette was locked away, you are noticing that. And here,
so that's just like a wall of chains over there now?
Yep. Bladed chains. The chains have little spines of metal that emerge from in all directions. And you're also hearing the sound of the slithering chains echoing throughout the dungeon from the drainage openings. And I'm sorry for interrupting, but I just wanted to describe that since you were going over there to investigate the door.
That's a
Okay.
1.
So,
Go ahead.
That's a 1.
Okay. As Draco leans over to take a close look at the door, and Ziklu is in the midst of saying something, Draco smacks his head on the door with a loud boom, and the rattling chains suddenly stop. And that is where we are going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be right back, folks. In 5 minutes, we will run. Hopefully, we will have a Mavra when we get back, and other good things. So we'll pick this up in just 5 minutes, folks. See you shortly.
Sorry.
Babe, I know you're the wizard and you're supposed to use your head, but I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it.
I'm sorry.
If we
Alrighty.
All right, replaying that amazing intro made by Taladar. Awesome, super amazing human being who made that video and applied the sound effects to it.
Wait, what?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Max, you weren't here at the beginning. Max got an intro video from a fan. That's very cool, and it plays on the screen.
Ooh, that's
Yep.
It's
amazing.
like a little animation of his logo. Oh, like a little. I think you should post it in the game chat. Because
Yep, it's also at the beginning of the stream, so you can watch it later that way too. But we are live again, so yes, thank you, Taladar. I'm going to say that every time we play it because it's awesome. Okay. So, I first of all want to give Corey a chance to talk because I interrupted him before.
Yeah. Ziklu was just going to look to Akiri and say, "When the fight starts, let's try to stay far from each other, so that I can stay in darkness."
Sounds like a good plan. I'll stick with the guys you need to see.
Okay. I'll try to stay out of your way.
Cool,
And
and I'll try
then-
to stay out of yours.
And then, boom!
Akiri
As
jumps a little bit.
Draco's cranium smacks the enormous double doors as he accidentally bonks them while leaning over. And all of these slithering chain sounds and the whispering stops.
Oh no.
And it's quiet in the abandoned prison.
I think that means it's time to go in.
Yep.
Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to do that. I think I'll back up now.
yes, I think Bref should go in first if he's willing. He's just in case we get jumped.
And when am I not? And I will open the door.
You push open the heavy double doors. A horrible smell washes over all of you. It smells like iron and rot.
This is gonna take forever to wash out of my feathers.
I will reveal some stuff. Can you guys measure out into the dark? Because if someone could measure 40 feet from Akiri, that would be super helpful. Thank you. And watch this. I have open version of those doors too.
Ooh. Fancy.
I know.
Just pulling out all the stops for this dungeon. Including a terrifying chain demon.
Well, he has to if it's our last one, right?
That's true.
Okay. Who has sight that penetrates magical darkness?
Just Frasher, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You warlucky you.
I'm painfully human, so yeah.
And how far does that extend?
120 feet.
That's ridiculous.
Frickin' warlocks.
Okay.
Thrasher sees it all. Thrasher doesn't say anything.
It's one of their best features.
Freaking warlock.
This is clearly a large chamber. All of you can see that much. There's what appears to be a fresh bloodstain on the ground. There are also rust stains that almost look like they've crept out of the cracks in the stone all around.
Delightful.
The rust does not apply, however, to the blade that hangs at the end of the long chain that hangs down from the high ceiling. Yes, the ceilings are higher in here, in this larger chamber. So this is a chain that hangs down, way down from the ceiling. This is a set of manacles attached to the wall there that are somehow horribly twisted, as though something broke out of them. Frasher, as you peek from the back of the group, you can see that there are more chains further into the room, like a nest of them.
This is its nest.
Well then, not much more to do than travel forward, I suppose. Who's ready to make a new friend?
No, I think we're gonna kill it. I don't think we want to make a friend.
Yes, time to kill. No friends.
Never mind.
Right. Well, onward and upward.
So
Yep.
one thing I'm not sure of is, can Frasher tell that he's seeing through magical darkness or not? Since you
Yes.
asked, I'm not sure if that's relevant.
To everyone else, there's this impenetrably black wall that starts kind of at the edge of Akiri's light.
And can Frasher tell that it's there?
And to Frasher, it's like peering through smoke.
Okay, so there is magic dark. Watch out.
I
Watch
see.
out with magic dark. Oh, we get rid of it.
I don't suppose anyone has a dispel magic spell.
Oh, I can.
I have a couple things that I prepared and thought might be nice. I have daylight or dispel magic.
Breath, you walk in.
Yes, I have stepped forward.
He's already in there, like swinging from chains.
Q's gonna hop, skip, and dodge some chains and stand behind Draco and kind of peer in.
As you walk in, there's this rattling, snapping, metallic scraping sound, and another little chain grows up out of the floor next to where your foot lands.
Ew.
You might want to move up, my dear. I think we might need some help seeing further up ahead.
Okay. I don't really like going in there, but she's gonna hop in next to Breath.
The same thing happens.
How high are the ceilings in here?
They are 15 feet up.
Better, okay.
I think you could actually fly in here a little bit.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
If it wasn't so full of chains.
Yeah. She's got about 10-foot wingspan.
Okay. So she's brought up the light. And it penetrates.
Do you want another?
Further. Sure, would you measure from yourself? Cool. Thanks for measuring in all directions, guys. Very important.
We got you, Matt.
I'm helping.
Yes, you are, Nico. Good job. Kiri's gonna poke her head in. Oh, that's scary. Oh, I don't like this.
Don't worry. We'll get through this.
Yeah, but oh boy, that's scary. Also, oh my word, there it goes further down. That's a grade in the.
Well, I suppose we should keep moving. Come on. No point standing in the doorway.
Breath, I'll be right behind you.
Absolutely. I'm going to intentionally not try and disturb the hanging chain and step here.
Forcing their way through the stone.
Kiri's gonna go about there because she doesn't like the look of whatever is that manacle thingy against the wall.
With each step, more of these things grow up through the cracks.
I don't think we should dilly-dally in any one spot for too long.
I agree.
Okay, let me adjust the lighting.
Sorry, Max.
What? Yeah, my intention was to, go all out and have the fancy lighting in this dungeon with Roll20, because it's really nice, but that's okay. Yeah, her light's not going through that wall.
Remember to stay away from those grates.
There's a lot of things I want to stay away from in this room.
Let me know if you guys can't hear me.
We're good so far.
They dragged me away in chains. They dragged me away in chains. They dragged me away in chains.
I thought all of that. That's the first time ever.
I'm sorry, I
And-
didn't quite. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you do that again? Could you say that again? I didn't quite catch that. I did catch it, Max. Draco's just being a jerk.
They dragged him
Please
away
don't
in
do that
trains.
again. That was creepy.
The
No, that was a good one though. I heard everything.
chains all ripple and vibrate in time with the voice that seems to come from all directions and even inside your minds. And the chains rippling and thrumming like something traveling along them like the threads of a spider's web. Something twists as the chains spin and curl around themselves over here, and something manifests from within them.
That's
A
probably fine.
man-shaped thing wrapped in chains, so shrouded in them, in fact, that he might not be wearing anything else, dripping with blood, and his eyes bloodshot, blood red. All of the chains in the room animate. And we are going to roll initiative.
Don't forget to select your person.
Select your token on the map.
I was clicking on the Curie, like, why is it not selecting? And I was like, oh wait, it's still the
Same.
ruler.
Same.
Forgot to change the music because I was describing that. Something manifests from within the tangle of chains. There we go.
I really wish I'd saved that 19 for later, but here we are.
Holy crow, look at you. Going first and everything.
Okay.
Jason, is that you?
So, one thing that does happen before you can react. Actually, hang on. I forgot something. No, I didn't forget something. Yes. Okay. A legendary action occurs at the top of Akiri's turn.
Oh boy.
Which is that the chains that have pushed their way up out of the ground and are currently next to Mavra and Frasher push past you guys and slam the doors shut. Boom. Taifa, Ziklu, and Bella are suddenly cut off from the rest of you by these tremendous iron doors.
Well, shit.
Well,
I don't think my fireball can melt through that.
There's also a loud click.
No, but you do have something else that'll get through.
Your eyes kind of dart from that back. Those of you who are in the room dart back over to the man covered in chains, and you see he has kind of crooked one finger as though that controlled them.
That wasn't very nice.
It's your turn, Akiri.
That was absolutely Akiri saying that to him, by the way.
I believe it.
Well, crap. Yeah. Akiri's gonna cast Bane on what's his face?
Okay.
So that's in chat.
He is in dim light to you. I know that doesn't matter for your spell. But just FYI.
Cool. So yeah, that's a minus D4 to...
I know I forgot something.
Oh yeah, there's a saving throw involved. Let me look at that. Sorry, I forgot about that. It's probably a wisdom save. I'm assuming. It's either wisdom or charisma. I can't remember for the life of me. And it doesn't say. It's a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
DC is 16.
Okay. Whenever target space. Cool. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine. It was a natural
For
20.
a moment, you were certain that the shredded man-like thing under all those bladed chains wrapped around him was Kront. And then you blink, and with a natural 20, realize that it's only the fiend's magic or just the intense fear you're feeling.
Guys, watch out, he might be tricky. He might be tricksy.
Amazingly, Bane goes off. So I think that is going to be Bane. Bane. Okay. Is that the end of your turn, or do you have something else you want to do?
Nope, that's it. That's
Okay.
Nah, she's actually gonna skip 3 squares that way.
Okay. Well, that was a very nice 23. On initiative count 20. Remember that screams the pleading you heard earlier?
Yes.
You hear that coming from around the corner, Akiri.
I don't like that.
And then some figures come running into view. Dashing through the clanking, dangling chains. These are bleeding, skeleton-like things, but with oddly misshapen or mismatched bones. They look like people who have been skinned and the flesh cut off but bits left remaining. And their fingers are too long. There are too many phalanges. And they've basically got extra fingers grafted on so that their fingers are long and sharpened.
Who thinks these things up?
Me.
You terrible, twisted individual. I love it, though.
You guys never really found out what his modus operandi was as a serial killer. Okay. Ziklu.
Yeah, so Ziglu's panicking a little bit, frantically trying to think of a way to get through this door. You said that we heard a clicking sound when the door closed?
Mm-hmm. There's a big keyhole. And the clicking sound came from that area.
Sure. Does it look like my key would fit in that keyhole? Or is it, like, obviously different? Okay. Then... yeah, Ziklu is just going to shout, "We can't open the door! You guys need to open it for us!"
Thrasher and Maver can barely hear him.
Okay. And does the door go all the way up to the ceiling, or is there like a lip up at the top?
Well, it's not like airtight.
Yeah, I just mean, like, is there a stone piece that the door is connecting to, or does it basically go all the way to the ceiling?
I don't understand the question. Sorry. They haven't. The doors don't emerge from the stone. They are swinging doors.
Right. I'm just asking, is there, or like, if I were to move up onto the ceiling and the doors opened, would I be able to get through? Or would there be like something that I needed to climb around?
Well, unless you can shrink.
Yeah, obviously I can't do it while the doors are closed. That would be pretty bad news.
Wait.
He's saying, are the doors flush with the ceiling, or is there a section of stone?
Oh, are you asking if these doors are 15 feet tall?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. No. The doors are more in the hallway, for one thing.
Okay.
And the the area that you're standing in is not 15 feet high.
Yeah.
But also, yes, there is a stone part. Yes, the doors are not 8 feet tall either.
Okay, then I'm going to...
I did not understand what you were asking me. I was like, yeah, you can't just go over the doors.
Is it all door, or is it some of it not door?
Some of it is not door.
Yeah,
this comes of not having 3 dimensions to work in.
Yeah, I understand. Ziklu is going to activate his boots one more time, so he's got 2 charges left on them. He's going to scramble up to be on the ceiling in front of the door, and he's going to ready a dash action for when the door is open.
Okay. So I'll give you, I use the blades as a ready to action icon, so you just keep watching, tell me when that triggers. Breath.
I don't like this guy. He gives me the creeps. So I'm gonna go into a rage over how much I don't like him, and I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna start swinging my sword at him.
Okay. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Heck
Nope.
yes.
So you guys are 2 for 2 on 20s on the wisdom saving throw. For a second, you were positive he looked... The man under the twisted bladed chains was one of your departed sea brothers. But as you approach, you're like, hell nah! And the rage pushes through. And you are not afraid.
I forgot to say I was attacking recklessly, so I'm not. So that's a 9 to hit, followed by a 25 to hit.
Okay. Okay. So as you attack him, the twisted nest of chains, all covered in spines, lashes out at you as a reaction. Well, I guess we're not... we're all just getting natural 20s tonight.
Max,
this is
you rolled a
impressive.
20. When was the last time that happened?
I know. My theme song is playing. The... Okay.
It's just your players roasting you.
So that occurs... we'll say... I'm trying to figure out if that happens before or after your attack. A reaction occurs before... What?
Oh, no, I was just going to say both attacks are one action, but if a reaction occurs before, then it would happen before either one.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, yeah. Okay, but yes, it should happen before. So, you are grappled by the bladed chain. And this causes... this also causes you to become restrained, which will inflict disadvantage on your attacks. Did you say you were attacking recklessly?
No, I rolled before I remembered to say it.
Gotcha. So in that case, both attacks will miss. And I wish it didn't write the DC in there, but hey. You take a critical hit, which inflicts 90 damage. You are raging. And this is piercing damage.
So the 10?
Yeah. Yes. Wait, no, 9. Round down. Okay. Well, Breath, you ran in there. The chains lashed out, wrap around you. You feel the rusty spines puncture your skin. And blood spurts from Breath, guys. It's hit some kind of artery or vein.
Hope you'll have
Yes,
had
it's
your
a
tetanus shot.
critical
it's okay. I
hit.
have more than one artery. It's all right. But that will be the end of my turn.
Draco's turn. What do you want to do, Draco? Thrasher on deck.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna make a sacrifice, and I'm probably gonna regret it. Draco's gonna turn around. Can I reach across from Mavra and just like tap the door? I'm trying to cast knock on the door, but Mavra's in my way.
Do you have to touch a thing to cast knock on it?
Hold on, I can't.
I'm
Hold on
almost
one second.
positive you don't.
I think it's got a 60-foot range.
Oh, never mind. I thought I had to touch it. Then never mind. Okay, I'm gonna cast knock on the door,
Okay.
and let me put that. And I don't know if. Oh well, I guess I can't do that and open the door, but I'm going to tell them once it's if it unlocks, I'm going to tell Thrasher and Mava to open the door.
Very nice. The components are only verbal, so you just turn and say, "Open sesame," or something. That is really impressive, dude. Again, I gotta hand it to you guys with the spells that no one ever takes.
Thanks. Of course, that was my last second level spell slot. So y'all get the freak in this room.
You guys all know what an unlocking door sounds like.
Right. Draco is then going to move closer to the middle of the room.
Now, the little chains that grew up out of the ground are still pushed against the door. So the doors are still being held closed by something, but these are little small chains. Not the big bladed ones hanging from the ceiling.
Okay.
Like some kind of horrible kelp forest.
That is
okay.
the end of my turn. That's all I can do.
Thank you. Thrasher.
So Thrasher's gonna let them open the door. I think. I want to get some damage on Chain Guy over there. So I'm gonna have him move here-ish, I think. Let me just double check the range. Yeah, I'm good. So I'm gonna cast Shatter over here. Like on that wall right there.
Okay.
So the 10-foot radius should hit those 6 squares and include the chain guy and a bunch of the chains too, but not breath.
Oh, this
I'm trying to hit it like on the wall. That point right there.
Oh, this point.
It's a 10-foot radius. So, like, I don't know how you want to measure from this, if it's from the center of.
It would be from an
squares.
intersection of squares. Snapped a corner.
Yeah, so right there.
It's like that.
Yeah. So yeah, it hits a bunch of those squares. Hits him. He has to make a saving throw. Let me check.
Huh?
It's a Constitution saving throw, and creatures made of an inorganic material such as metal have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay. I'm sorry, I forgot. Draco, you needed to make a wisdom saving throw, and so do you, Thrasher.
$16.
Okay. Draco, for a second you were 100% convinced that the man under the bladed spiked chains wrapped up in them was your father, shaven and babbling madly. And then you push through and you realize it was it's just your own fear playing tricks on your mind.
Can I see him from where I'm standing?
With the light, you mean?
Yeah, since Akiri is behind a wall, like kind of behind a wall now. I wasn't
That's
sure
an
if
interesting
I'd be able to see.
Well, that would have meant Bref couldn't see him.
Well, it would have been, what, dim light at that
Dim
point?
light, so he would have had disadvantage anyway.
Which I did anyway, so.
Yeah.
Well, he missed anyway.
Oh yeah, we gotta put a thing on Bref. There. 10-foot radius, 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save. Okay, so I'll make a save. What kind of save is it? I'm sorry, I was supposed to do Bane. Well, remind me. You know what? It's your job to remind me from now on. Half as much damage as successful when a creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on this saving throw. A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. Cool. Alright, so what is the thunder damage?
Well, so it's you make the save, and then it's save for half.
But what was your wisdom
be 48.
save? What was your wisdom save?
It's what, 15 is my... Yeah, 15 is the DC. And then Bane will subtract from it as well.
I'm sorry, what was your wisdom? What was your wisdom save? I need you to make a wisdom
15.
saving throw.
My wisdom save.
Not your DC.
No, sorry. I haven't done mine. You interrupted my turn to do
sorry,
his,
I forgot
and then
his.
we never did mine.
Can we do yours, please?
Do I do mine before my action? Is that the idea?
Yes, it was supposed to be before your action.
Okay.
Just go ahead and do it. Okay.
That's not great. 11.
It's not going to affect your ability to cast your spell.
Okay.
You are 100% convinced that this guy is the best friend you had in your old tribe. Or at least it looks like them. It looks just like them. It's not really a man shape, it's a lizard folk under there, but with its scales somehow removed. And you are frightened.
What has what effect on me?
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, thank you.
Frightened means disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of your fear is within line of sight. You also can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear, which is why it was important that I did it with Draco. However, that's it. It's not going to affect your ability to cast Shatter on him.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you need to make the save for whether it's full damage or half. I don't know if the chains are separate creatures or what, but I am very much hoping to hit a bunch of chains too, if possible.
Well, they're not being worn or carried. Well, some of them are being worn.
Yeah, I don't know what's part of him versus,
Okay, cool. Well, roll your damage.
That's not bad.
48. Oh, is this a pumped up shatter?
I'm a warlock. I cast everything at 3rd level.
Yes. Right. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 21 thunder damage as the shatter takes effect. And despite the adrenaline that suddenly shoots through your veins when you see your old friend that you miss from the tribe, you still...
I don't like that.
Sorry.
Shoot a laser at him.
We've been doing a lot of loud things. Like the knock was really loud too. So
It's fine.
And
Doesn't that hit breath too?
I specifically did not want to hit breath.
how much damage
It's got
did
a
you
10.
do? Oh.
Me, 21.
The chains are... Okay, make a intelligence or wisdom check.
I used my better one, and I still got a 5.
Okay. None of the chains are... Nothing special happens with that.
Dang.
The sound, however, does damage him.
Yay.
Okay. Did I make a save with him? I forgot to make a save with him.
You didn't actually roll it, but he's
It's not automatic, is it?
he's got the
What is it?
minus
It's a dex
1d4
save?
from the. It's
Con save.
a Constitution save.
Okay. Oh, and he has minus 1d4. Okay.
Oof.
I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Unless I don't know what his modifier is, but it's not looking great.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fails and takes the full 21 damage. Very
Nice.
Yeah, take that.
Okay. Is that the end? Sorry, that was a little complicated there, but there were a lot of things going on that I had to check.
Yeah, that's fine.
okay.
Yeah, now that he's afraid, he's going to take some more movement.
Okay. Okay.
But that's it.
Well, fortunately, at the end of your turn, the illusion falls from your eyes.
Oh.
And you aren't frightened. However, he's still very scary. And it is his turn. What is he gonna do? He's got a raging barbarian in his face. Fortunately, he is restrained, wrapped up in the spined chains. Ah. Yes. Okay.
Very nice. Now, feel my pain.
Cut out.
You cut out.
Yeah. he will wave his hand. And the chain next to Akiri will animate and lash out at her. Growing, well, it already had spines. I assume a 27 hits you.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just kinda.
Okay.
Just maybe barely.
You take 10 damage. And are grappled as the spined chains wrap around you. And while the chain grapples you, you are also restrained, which means that those skinned people with the messed up hands are going to have advantage to attack you.
Dang it.
And then...
But wait, there's more.
Gets attacked 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
Bane applies to all of them.
Bane applies to all of them. But also, it has advantage on all of them. So, I'm just going to roll once and apply it to everything. So, -3 with advantage. Your AC is 16. Okay, so that's a 16 to hit. Okay, they're all gonna hit. One of them only barely hit. And each chain wraps around you and tightens. So you're going to take 9 slashing, then 10 slashing, then 14 slashing. The 9 gets halved to 4. 10 gets halved to 5. 14 gets halved to 7. And then for his movement, he melds into the chains, which ripple and change, and he emerges from a different chain over here. Move the bloodstain by accident. Well, I can grab everything but him, apparently.
The blood devil is a different devil. This is the chain guy. The blood guy is later.
Thanks. The blood crawls along the floor. No, it doesn't. Mavra's turn.
So there's chains on this door that need to be broken, is that right?
There's these little chains that are growing up out of the ground that have pushed the doors shut. The door has apparently been unlocked by Draco. So you could either try and pull against the chains to open the doors. Or, yeah, I guess you could try to break them. So there's really 2 different options. If you want to open the door.
Or
I think I'll go ahead and try to pull the doors open.
Okay. That will be a strength check. An opposed athletics roll. Do you have advantage from anything?
I don't think so.
Well, You tug, and the chains are holding the door shut. There's like barely any movement. Ugh! I rolled against you and got a nat 20.
Dang it.
That is your action.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Typha. The doors have slammed shut. There were a couple of clicks. It's pretty clear what happened with that. So many 20s tonight.
No kidding.
Well, I'm trying to think of what to do here, because there's no way I can make a strength check against this lock. That's just not happening. I've got
Can you turn
strength
into
6.
Can you turn into something brawnier that can break through?
Well, crocodile
Yeah.
that has no like thumbs. I was thinking I could try my wall of water trick, freeze the water, and then somebody else could try to bash the lock. But
Well, it's unlocked now, right? It's the chains
it's
on the
the
other
chains.
side.
It's the chains.
Yeah, the lock is not the problem. Just need to raw strength to push the door open.
Yeah, what the hell? I will try shape-shifting into my crocodile. Rawr.
Okay.
And she's just gonna try to bash into that door.
What size is your crocodile?
Medium, I believe. 1 sec.
Oh no.
It's a pretty small crocodile if it's medium.
It's crashing.
No kidding.
Oh, excuse me, it is large.
Nice.
Can you guys see the crocodile?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's frozen on
See it in my mind.
It's frozen on my screen because I pushed a button at the wrong time.
It's not gonna. She's not gonna squish Ziklu, is she?
It's never
Ziklu's up on the ceiling.
Oh, never mind.
happened. Here's our squished crocodile. Oh my god, it's frozen on my... Wait, did I put it in your hand?
She finally has that crocodile she's always wanted.
The crocodile's not all that strong.
Hey, Mavra, is there a crocodile in your hand of cards?
I see the croc. It's right next to Mavra.
No, not that one. There's one that's stuck on my screen. Oh my god. I might have to refresh, guys. Alright, continue taking your turn, because I'll still hear you on Discord. I'm going to have to refresh, which will take me a minute to get back here, possibly. Reload all your cameras.
I really wanted to try going through that drain.
Continue taking your turn. Continue.
I did. So I got my contested strength roll was a 16.
Oh, I had to roll a die. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You win.
Somehow.
So yeah, this crocodile just runs up. Can you describe what happens?
Oh, didn't I already? Yeah, so she absolutely bull rushes the door with her snoot and bursts through the door. Timbers and chains clattering.
Boom! Alright, it's gonna take me a second to get reset up here after getting rid of the phantom croc. I like that you stick to your swamp theme.
And while that's going on... Sorry. Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna change the doors out to the open version.
She's also going to move 20 feet here. to try to come to Akiri's aid.
All right, when you see this guy, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Can she see the guy?
She's dark vision. She can totally.
That's a 12. And I know who she should see.
Who does she see?
She sees Typha the Second.
That's what I was gonna say. Your mentor, in a sense. The one that gave you your name.
And also the
Passed
one
on.
whose skull I'm wearing.
She is this serial killer wrapped up in spiked chains. And as you see that, you clench with fear. However, you can continue your move because you are moving away from the source of your fear.
Okay. Yeah, so she ends her turn here, but she is reflexively looking strictly in this corner and trying not to turn backwards to her mentor, who she knows is very dead.
Yep, very dead. But here, wrapped up in chains. You are now the crocodile.
Yes.
Also, the crocodile is large, not medium.
Okay. I'm afraid to try and do that the thing that caused the problem before, so we'll just go with that. Look good?
Looks good.
Okay.
All right. With the door open, that would trigger my reaction as well to dash into the room. Right?
Yes, it would.
Okay. So, yeah, because this is the first round and I am a dread ambusher, I do get an extra 10 feet of movement.
Ah, nice.
So I'm going to move basically like this. Basically just getting back into that corner to try to stay out of Akiri's light. And I guess when I turn around and survey the room, that's when I would see the creature.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Natural 20.
For a second, you thought you saw one of your companions that died when the Great Behir attacked, wrapped up in the bladed chains. But it's not them. It can't be. You are not afraid.
All right, that's it for my reaction.
Okay. Bella.
Oh, thank God, finally. All right, I'm going to make my way into this room, avoiding the chains.
Okay.
Can I, guess I'll make it there. And, oh, no, I can't see him from there. Okay, I'll move here. Do I have line of sight to him from here? I do.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Hey. That's a 7.
Oof.
This creature wrapped up in bladed chains, bleeding, that has been speaking with that awful voice. You look over your shoulder and you see that under the chains, it is in fact Equitas.
Oh boy.
You become frightened.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So that'll give you disadvantage right now. And you can't move closer.
Okie doke. But I'm able to attack him still, right?
Sure. You have disadvantage to attack him.
All right, I'm going to instead cast my favorite useless spell.
Okay. Spirit Guardians. Alright, I think we're all familiar with what that does. So it's up to you to remember to...
It does absolutely nothing!
Inflict it.
My turn is...
Cool. Akiri.
So... Alright, so... Kiri's gonna drop concentration on... she's gonna drop concentration on...
Bane?
Bane, yes, thank
Okay.
you. And instead, throw up Beacon of Hope. And the spell bestows hope and vitality. Choose any number of creatures within range, which is 30 feet. And I'm whitelisting all of my friends, so if they come within 30 feet of me. Actually, within 30 feet is a lot of people. It's just about everyone. So yeah, within 30 feet of me, and then they get advantage on wisdom saves and death saves, and they get the max number of hit points possible from any healing.
Hashtag best cleric.
Okay. But it's at the time people are in... Is it hitting everybody right now?
Yeah, except for Frasher. I think that's Frasher.
Except for Frasher. Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw at the start of your turn as well.
Wait, question. Does that affect me too?
The Beacon of Hope?
Yeah,
Any
I'm
number of
assuming it
creatures within
does.
range. So you're a
And
creature in range.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, with a 26, you are fine. This guy is definitely not your brother under those chains.
Definitely not. Would Ziklu be affected? Because he's not in line of sight, but he is within 30 feet.
It doesn't mention.
It doesn't mention line of sight.
Exactly. So he's sure. Ziklu's part of it.
Okay,
and that's
cool.
the end of my.
Well, okay, but he's not in line of effect. Like, the spell doesn't go through walls. I don't think.
True, but would it just be like an area? Like,
She's a beacon, so I am going to come in and say, in my universe, if she's going to be a beacon of hope, you have to see her. She doesn't have to see you.
Makes sense.
that's fair.
All right. Anything else, Akiri?
Nope, that's it.
All right. You're still grappled by the chain.
Yep.
That's right. I think you take some automatic damage. Yep. The chain squeezes, the rusty spikes digging deeper into your flesh and dealing 6 piercing damage.
And I hate doing this, but I need to make a con save for concentration, right?
Yes.
I'm going to...
No, it would have happened before you cast the spell, actually.
Seeing my good friend Akiri wrapped up in chains like I am,
God,
I'm going to focus my rage into a spiritual shield around her, so preventing effectively all of that damage.
Thank you.
That's a reaction?
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. Will that also apply to the skeletons that are about to attack her?
No, it would just be the one.
Alright. Well, the
Did that
bloody
block
skeletons...
damage, or...
Yeah, I think that would have... Because it reduces the damage by 2d6.
Yeah, so
and
you
only
none.
got dealt 6 damage, so...
Cool.
You took none.
Thank you, Brav. Bestest barbarian.
Okay. Akira, you are getting attacked by these skeletons that are screaming and with bloody chunks of meat hanging off of them.
Cool.
And they have advantage to attack you, so one attack? Because you're restrained. Your AC
I'm gonna
is
shield.
17. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna shield.
That would have been a hit. What's your AC after shield for the round?
22.
Okay. So it was a miss. And then the next one, the same skeleton is attacking you twice. 22. He gets a 22.
So I still take it.
So you take some damage and make a concentration saving throw. So you're going to take 7 points of damage.
11?
That will succeed.
Oh,
You're
thank
still a beacon. But now the other skeleton is attacking you. And he gets 2 attacks, each with advantage. Your shield is still active, so that's a miss. And another miss.
Perfect 10s.
Okay. Ziklu, it's your turn. Make a
All right.
wisdom saving throw.
All right. I fail.
Yeah, yeah.
That thing under the chains. You were right, it is a kobold. It's the leader of your tribe that told you of the sacred dragon. With its scales removed.
All right. I'm going to still kind of afraid of it, but trying to remind myself that this is a fiend, not who I think it is. I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. Does it get a save or it just happens?
It just happens.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't have rolled for it. Did the wrong thing. But yeah, and then I'm going to make a couple of attacks with. It would be at disadvantage because I'm frightened, but I think I'm invisible to it since I'm not in the light.
Ha! But it has dark vision.
I am invisible to creatures that are relying on their dark vision to see me while I'm in darkness. With umbral sight.
He's
If it
immune
has
to predator
some,
vision.
if it has some other way of detecting me, then I'm not invisible.
Well, it does have devil's sight, so it's like, which counts? The super dark vision or the super block dark vision? I don't know.
Yeah, this is not a magical thing. This is just I know how to beat dark vision. It's not like
Fine.
I'm treated like I'm in magical darkness.
That
but
relies
it's your
on
call.
dark vision to see you in that darkness. But he is like super dark vision, so I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, we discussed this already in the context of Frasher's dark vision.
Yeah, it's really complicated.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
go
hard to
ahead.
say. Okay.
So
attacks-
so what you're saying is it evens out.
Right. All right. So first attack is a 15 to hit.
Okay. That will miss. It strikes the chains that wrap up your friend.
Okay. Then a second attack. That's a 19 to hit.
Okay. Nice.
Sorry, that does hit.
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. So that's going to be 9 damage plus my Hunter's Mark damage. And also, I switched my favorite enemy to Fiend. So I get my favorite enemy bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be another 3 damage. So 15 total.
Ouch.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Ref, I need you to take damage and make a wisdom saving throw. You take 7 damage.
Is that piercing?
Yes. Halve to 3.
That's a 14.
That is...
Oh no, it'd actually be 19 because I have advantage from the beacon.
Definitely a success.
So I imagine, I seem to recall I need to make a dex saving throw to try and break loose from these chains. Am I remembering correctly?
To break a grapple. It's always the grapple rules.
This one says the target is grappled.
Use an
escape
action to
DC
escape.
14.
I think the
Yeah, you
defender
can use
heals.
either athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, excellent. Then I'm going to use athletics.
Okay. So you can try to...
I have advantage on that.
You flex your biceps, and the damage is the spines tearing you a bit as... Yeah, you push out of that. So yeah.
Ugh, I did not like that at all. And I'm going to use my movement and hop back over to my friend.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going, friend? How's it
Um.
going? And that will end my turn.
Okay. The thing looks at you. You thought it was Sarah, but it wasn't. Draco.
So Draco's not a fan of what's happening with Akiri up there. So he's going to move forward. And then, guess what he's going to...
Fireball?
I don't know, but do it.
Hold on. Alright, so I'm going to assume it can't go through walls, and I'm going to cast... I think right... Let me measure one more time. So I think that will catch Akiri and Typha, which I will, of course, sculpt the spell around so it doesn't affect them, and roast these two boys.
Nice. With what?
Fireball, I'm assuming?
I said
Yeah,
fireball.
You cut
You
out.
cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
Okay, this push to talk thing is dumb, but not the idea. The act execution. Did I hit him? You have to make a. I'm sorry. You have to make a dex saving throw.
They both fail. And take 35 fire damage.
Please tell me the chains around Akiri also take that.
Make an intelligence check. Very nice. Yup. So the chains are damaged to the point where their connection to the ceiling is severed, drop away from around Akiri. The two skeletons are incinerated and destroyed, with one final shriek. And Akiri, you are not grappled.
Oh, thank goodness.
Cool beans. And with that, I'm gonna. I think I only moved 5. I'm gonna move a little bit further back because I don't want to be near Chain Man.
Did you make a wisdom saving throw on your turn?
Oh, I don't think I did.
You get advantage.
$14.
That's a success.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Barely
moving
a
away from.
success.
I'm
You
moving
thought
away
it
from
was
him
your
anyway.
father, but it wasn't.
I'm moving away from him anyway.
Yeah. Thrasher. Actually. Before... No, yeah, go ahead, Fresher.
So I can't currently see it, so I wouldn't have to take the test until I can, right?
Let's double check that. Looks to me like you do have line of sight to him.
Okay, either way, I mean, I want to get into line of sight.
But you're
so-
actually, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, so I was just curious if I had to do it before or after I moved.
Looks like after.
I'm going to move to there, which I don't think is really bringing me that much closer to him anyway. But you tell me if I can't make it there before I make the test.
You don't have to make it.
Oh, I get a critical on it anyway. should definitely have saved that for the attack roll, but oh well. I am just going to shoot at him with my packed longbow.
Okay, very nice.
Which is not a crit, but still a very high roll of 23.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
11 piercing damage. And counts as magical if it matters for resistance.
That's important. Zikluz, your attacks weren't magical, right?
They were not.
Okay. But the Hunter's Mark damage was magic. Or is it added to the weapon damage?
It's just added to the weapon damage.
Okay. Cool. All right, yeah, you hit home. The magical packed longbow strikes and does damage. Do you want to do anything else?
No, that's about it for me.
Okay. He will now go. Laughing evilly, he turns toward Bref again. And goes for Bref. This time he has two chains grow out from his body, essentially, unwrap from him, and attack you. And then there's also the two chains on the wall, so for a total of 4 attacks. He does not have advantage on you this time, but he also doesn't have Bane. Well, I guess if one of the earlier attacks hits, then he'll get advantage on the later ones. But the first one is a nat 1. The next one hits, so the other 2 attacks have advantage. Doesn't matter. You will take 9 slashing, then 8 slashing, then 12 slashing. The 9 halves to 4. And of course you are grappled again. The guy, I believe started his turn too far away from Bella. Yes. So he's not quite in Bella's range. And he will once again slip through the chains, rippling as he the chains ripple as he travels through them, and he once again emerges over here. Laughing. Maver's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna click my heels and I'm gonna move right there.
All right. As you pass through this square, this chain lashes out to attack. Legendary action. I don't know why I rolled that, but we'll count it. That's probably going to be a miss. With your 19 AC. Congratulations. Okay.
Going into
Then,
him.
when you attack him, he, as a reaction, lashes back out at you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna attack him twice with my axe.
Can't get a good roll against Mavra. 2 armored. I don't think you declared whether you're expending any charges.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, the second attack hits with a 17. And does 6 damage.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
You don't want to use your...
All right. So, Green Dragon's bites into the enemy somewhat as the dwarf charges across the field. I forgot to have you make a wisdom saving throw, but could you do that for me real quick? And you did succeed, so it all happened. Bella, your turn. Akiri on deck.
I think it might
Okey-doke.
actually be my turn. Am I wrong?
Did I skip you? I skipped you. Sorry.
I think you did.
Yeah, Bella's next. Bella on deck. Typha's next.
Akiri, how hurt is she?
I'm okay.
Um,
Perhaps worse than I am.
Okay. Alright. I am going to use my bonus action to wild shape back to Typha. And then I'm gonna drop my spirit crocodile next to Breath. And I'm sorry, for some reason Roll20 just crashed on me. Hang on, it's loading back up.
Okay. You wild
Too many
shape.
It heard
crocodiles.
spirit crocodile and just went nope.
Nope.
Okay. And this is the spell that's a bonus action to cast, but I said you could still wild shape and do it.
Oh no, so what I was saying was I'm going to wild shape, which is a bonus action, back to Typha.
Right.
And then it's an action to cast my spirit
Is it?
healing creature friend.
Cool.
No, that'd be real cheap if it was a bonus action, right?
Clerics are druids. And what's your special magical color?
Why don't we say, I think we did a glowing yellow-green crocodile.
Okay.
And I'd like to cast it right on top of him if I can.
Okay.
60 feet, so.
You have a glowing crocodile next to you. Anything else?
I don't like being so close to these chains, but I guess there's not really a ton of places to go in here. Yeah, I'm gonna move here, and then that's the end of.
Okay. Bella.
All right, I am going to. First, I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Mavra. Dropping that there. And then I'm going to draw my longbow and shoot Aquitas.
Well, make a new wisdom saving throw, because it only lasts for a turn each time.
Okay.
You make it this time.
17.
Oh, it's some horrible
Yay.
fiend. It's nobody you know.
17 to hit him.
That's a hit. Is this weapon magical or another way
Nope.
special? Okay.
This is just the shitty hand-me-down longbow that they gave me.
Okay, ka-thunk.
So,
It does hit. Anything else?
oh, actually, I'm gonna. I'll move here
Okay.
and then there.
Okay. Are you spending a hit die to activate your seal of power?
To activate my what?
Your seal of power?
No, I'm not.
All right.
I don't
Akiri's
think
turn.
that'll-
Alrighty. So
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You get advantage from your own spell.
Thank goodness. That was a 1 and a 20.
Now that is a heavy swing with that spell. Holy crapoly.
With those oh, okay, no, that definitely wasn't feathers. Alright, this is tall enough, and the ceilings are high enough for Akiri to fly in, correct?
15 feet up, so she can fly a little bit. She could get
Cool.
probably 5 feet off the ground, I would say.
Alright, we're gonna go 5 feet into the air. Just quick little launch.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go wee down here to Braff. And she's gonna pat him for
She went like this.
just like,
Did she could move
Yeah.
like that?
yeah.
Okay. I'm in a legendary action
Okay.
so that these manacles lash out and attack you.
Okay.
.23 hits.
Would shield? Would, yeah.
You get to know
it's-
the number when I roll it in the open.
Alright. So 10 slashing.
You take 10 slashing damage and are grappled and restrained. Right
Ah.
there.
Crikey.
Bam. Come down to earth, he says in that creepy voice. Come
No!
down to earth.
I didn't wanna. Crud. Oh yeah, and then Constitution save.
I am master here.
Shit.
The beacon of hope drops.
And I'm once again going to send my spirits to not completely erase, but to reduce that damage for you, Akiri.
Oh man, if you'd only erased the damage, she wouldn't have had to make a save.
Sorry?
Nothing. Doesn't matter. Beacon of hope drops.
Alright. Fine. I'm gonna throw a level 3 healing word at oh no, never mind. No, I'm not. I don't have that prepared. Yep, never mind. Ignore what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Maybe try to get out of the chains.
Yep, let's try that, I guess.
Okay. You want to make an escape check? It'll be either athletics or escape artist.
What?
Or acrobatics.
Can I do acrobatics?
Yeah? That's what I just
Cool.
said. You succeed. You slip out of the chain, so that's your action.
Sweet.
They never had the chance to tighten their grip and do additional damage.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. The skeletons are destroyed. former victims, Ziklu.
All right. Ziklu is going to take a couple of steps out in order to get where he can see the creature.
Make
I
a
think he
wisdom
needs to make a
saving.
wisdom.
Oh, actually, hang on. No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay. Yep, then he's going to shoot at him. I'm in Akiri's light now, but Mavra is standing next to him, so I can activate Pack Tactics to get advantage.
But you're also shooting through Taifa.
I'm 15 feet up in the air.
Oh,
on the ceiling.
You're on the ceiling. That's fun.
He's a spider lizard.
All right, I guess you can shoot
Still
over
got
the heads
7
of people.
more rounds of that.
Very nice. Okay, so you get advantage.
Alrighty.
I already used my legendary action.
And that's a natural 20.
Crit hit. All right. So how much damage is on this one hit?
That is 16, 17, 19, 23, 24 damage.
Your arrow lodges in his bloodshot eye. Now it's even more bloodshot. 24 damage, you said?
Yes.
Very nice. He felt that.
Good. This is not magical, though. And then a 20 for the second shot.
Hashtag Corey rolls coming into play.
Yeah, not natural. But that's going to be 18 damage.
Wow. Okay. Very damaging turn.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Bref. You are grappled. You're going to take damage at the start of your turn. You take 8 damage. I think you're still raging, though, because you keep taking damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so half to 4.
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
Oh my god.
And
You're always
is the crocodile, how much does the crocodile give me?
So I actually have a question about that, Max. I did intend to cast that as a 3rd level spell, but I'm assuming I needed to declare that during my...
I don't care. It doesn't change anything, right?
Well, he's going to roll 2d6.
Yeah, but literally all that mattered is that you needed to track it differently on your turn.
That's correct, which I did.
So, Bref, roll 2d6, or you roll 2d6, or somebody roll 2d6. Great, he heals 3.
Oh, god damn. This fucking rolls all night. Excuse my language.
The dice are punishing you. No, I'm kidding.
For being
brutal.
Very brutal.
I'm going to try and athletics out of this grapple once again.
Well, I don't know if I ever made him big for you guys. That's what he looks like.
Oh.
Want to smoosh his face.
Yeah,
into
he
the
is very
dirt.
creepy.
And I'm going to. Well, let me see. So are these, Max? Are these chains like crisscrossing in a way that makes me think I would not be able to pass through them?
It would difficult terrain in that corner.
Difficult terrain. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to use my speedy barbarian feet and move over here. And I forgot to do this last turn. I'm not going to forget this turn. I'm going to use my bonus action to make a charisma check to see if I can turn my sword on.
Roll seduction.
Oh, there we go.
You complete the glowing runes on the blade with your mind, the half wiped away runes.
I just need to leave them on. I just keep forgetting. So I can't. I mean, I use my action to break the grapple, but for the next minute, I have a +2 to hit and +2 additional damage, and
Nice.
that will end my turn.
Okay. Draco.
All right, I'm going to move down this way.
I forgot to have Breath make a wisdom saving throw, but that actually does matter. And you don't get advantage. Man, that ability is hard to keep track of. Yeah. The thing in the chains is your best bud. Bleeding. I can't remember. Orinar. It's Orinar. And you can't move closer. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting, guys, but there's a lot I'm keeping track of.
I'm back by the crocodile.
Your forgotten greatsword thing still activates.
Okay, I'm going to move.
Or actually, I guess it would have given you disadvantage on that too, wouldn't it?
Let me. I'll check. I'll figure that out and adjust accordingly.
Okay. Draco.
Okay, I'm going to move. 5. And then Draco is going to cast.
You have to, in order to move there, you're going to have to make a wisdom saving throw too to see if you're frightened. You are.
That's okay, because I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot him with...
I guess you became frightened there, and then moved there. So, you're good. An ice knife.
So I make a little... Draco puts his hand under his cape, and a little shard of ice forms in his palm, and then he chucks it at the demon. I have to make a ranged spell attack, so I don't know why I didn't just do that, but let me try.
All right, you have disadvantage on this ranged spell attack because you're frightened of him.
Okay, how do I do that if it doesn't automatically do it for me?
It'll roll. It'll do it.
But I just tried and it didn't do it.
Well, I don't see any attack.
That's what I mean.
It's outputting the spell card.
Oh, yeah. That's a shedding. You have to change
just
the
roll
spell.
2d20.
Yeah. You might be able to click spell attack roll on your character sheet. I'm not sure. Actually, it might have, when you added it to your spellbook, it might have made an attack option on your character sheet as well.
Okay.
You might have. I'm not sure. Okay, so you get an 11. Oh, no, actually, you get a 4 because you're disadvantaged, so it's gonna miss.
Okay, then he has to make a dex saving throw.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make sure it doesn't affect Mavra.
You sculpt around Mavra. Very nice. Very nice.
Well, that'll do it. So hold on, I want to see if he takes half damage.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
I think I'm gonna move away from those chains.
Mm-hmm. Frasher.
Quick question. For longbow attacks, do I need to have a clear line that doesn't involve any of my friends?
They would apply disadvantage to your attack roll.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how I can get through this arrangement of people and chains so that I can get a clear shot off at him, and I'm not seeing a great way to do it.
You do not have to make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Right now I don't, but I will as soon as I start my move. Okay, I'm gonna try to run through some of these chains and hope this doesn't backfire horribly. Do I make it there, or I have to make the wisdom
You
saving
will
throw
now.
still?
Yeah, you will have to make a wisdom saving throw now.
$14.
Success.
So sweet. Okay, but do I get there without chains deciding to grapple me?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay, I think I have a relatively clear shot from there, right?
Well, so the way this works is, unless they've changed the rules, is that you pick your corner to shoot from. So you pick that corner, and then he picks his corner, so he can pick this corner. So you're still shooting through Mavra.
Weird. But I don't think there was any spot that was going to get better than that, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You're going to end up shooting through cover.
Unless you switch your corner to the one above you.
Well, even if he picks his top corner, right, then he'd be like shooting along here, and then I can pick this corner.
True.
Yeah. I guess.
That's how we used to do these things back in the old days, and I do.
Yeah,
not
I
know
legitimately don't know. I'm legitimately asking here. We're a little bunched up right now. Okay. I'll take the shot and see what happens.
Okay. Well, you hit anyway.
I think we're okay.
The packed longbow does 12 piercing, and it's magical.
Yep.
All right, we're wrapping this up soon, guys. One way or another. Okay, I'm making a bunch of chain attacks now. Here we go. Mavra, you're getting attacked. That is a hit. Finally. You take 16 slashing damage and become grappled. Next attack is against Akiri. Akira, you're hit and grappled. You take 15 slashing. We're going to follow up on Akiri again.
Oh boy.
With advantage this time. That's a hit for 15 more.
Cool, Kiri's down.
Kiri is unconscious, and the chains with spines are squeezing tighter and tighter and tighter around your cleric. The next attack will be against Typha, as this set of manacles animates and attacks. But Typha's AC is...
Higher than that. 13.
Not higher than that. Unless it has disadvantage.
Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, no, that's just right. I was reading the other attack where it got a 9. Nope, that's right, it hits.
Okay. You are struck, take 10 slashing damage, and become grappled. That's pretty successful. And for good measure, 2 more attacks against Mavra. These have advantage. That's a 19, 10 more slashing Mavra. And a 22, 8 more slashing Mavra. And then it's Mavra's turn. Akira's light does not go out. She simply drops the glowing rock she's holding in her space.
Yeah, it's not concentration.
Okay, good.
Can I use acrobatics to try to get out?
Yes, that will be your action.
Nope.
13? 13 fails. You don't have advantage, do you?
No.
Okay. You fail to get out. You do take damage as it squeezes you. 8 more damage. You're mine. You will make excellent subjects for experimentation. Experimentation. Okay. You still have a bonus action. You can't move.
I'm done.
Okay. Typha.
Yeah, I was really hoping Wild Shape breaks grapple, but it doesn't look like it does. God damn. Alright.
You will take damage right now. And you will have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Which would have sucked for Mavra too, but it doesn't matter. You succeed.
Cool. Okay, so grapple, I know that I'm unable to move, but I can still attack, right?
Correct. You're restrained as well. So you cannot move. You get disadvantage on attack rolls, and attacks have advantage against you.
Okay. Well, I'd like to try something a little off the wall. I'd like to try to use Thorn Whip against the chains that are still squeezing Akiri to try to break them free.
That is unconventional. I like it. Okay, the chains are obviously hard to hit since they are wrapped around your friend and rather small by comparison with a person. So, it's an attack roll? Yes.
Yes, and I add my my spell attack to that, so that's a 16.
Very nice. That is quite a bit of damage. The chains...
Sorry, that was my roll
What?
to hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, 16 is your roll to hit. My bad. You miss.
No. Okay. All
You
right.
miss.
Thanks, though.
Damn it. Well, I guess I'm going to try to break my own grapple.
Wasn't it an action to cast the
Oh,
whip?
sorry. Well, don't I make a saving throw against the grapple? Or no, it's an action to break out of it. Is that?
Yes, it's an action to break the grapple.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm sitting cozy here.
Cozily being squeezed by spined chains. Bella, close out the round for us.
All right, I am going to cast Healing Word on Akiri.
Thank you.
I used my... Wait a minute. I can't remember if I used a legendary action or not.
Take 12.
Oh yeah, I used it
This-
against Breath, didn't I? I don't know.
Yeah, this turn you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
Thank you.
Akira, you wake up, you're being squeezed, but you're awake. Okay, that's a bonus action, Bella. So you still have an action?
Yeah, and then I will... I'm going to shoot this guy.
Okay, you have disadvantage. Shooting through Mavra from there.
Yeah, what else is new?
Wisdom save. Thank you, Nico. You fail. Well, you've
Well, I
disadvantaged two
already had
ways.
disadvantage, so. It's only a 20.
That's a hit.
6 damage.
Okay. He is looking quite badly damaged, but then so are several of you. It's a quarter after midnight. So, I really don't want to stop in the midst of our dramatic conclusion here. But we probably should call it for tonight. I don't know, if you guys want to stay up another 20 minutes, we might be able to wrap this up, but no. Jeremy's shaking his head. Alright, guys. I will bid
I'd
you
love to,
all
but I'm so tired.
a good night. Thank you for playing. That was awesome. Thank you to Saucy who followed. Thank you to Taladar for the intro and outro that I'm about to play. Thank you to Grimslag for coming by. Manthros, screen name. Thank you to Jeremy, player of Breath. You're awesome, man. Thank you to M, player of Akiri. Thank you to Danielle, player of Mavra. Thank you for making it, Danielle. We appreciate you. Thank you to Kirsten, player of Bella. Thank you to Nico, player of Draco. Thank you to Corey, player of Ziklu. Thank you to Matt, player of Thrasher. Thank you to Lindsay, player of Typha. You guys are all amazing. And I can't wait to see how this fight turns out. Everybody's taken a beating, including the bad guy. He is not looking good. Well, we won't delay it anymore. Good night, everybody. We'll be back next week for more of the Wildlands, hopefully. And I will stream more during the week for other games. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone. Thanks, Max, for
Night.
running an awesome
Thanks,
game.
everybody.
Absolutely.
Good night, everybody.